Welcome back to Eyes on Carnivore. My name is Sean, I'm your host, and today we have a special guest whose name is Hamish. Hamish and myself met online, and Hamish is a carnivore. He's got a very interesting story, and let's introduce Hamish. Hamish, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to carnivore?
Sweet, how we doing?
Very well.
I came onto Carnivore after listening to Joe Rogan last year, and I thought I'd give it a go for a month and see how I felt. And I had never felt better. That's simple as that. Obviously, I went off it for a while because I went back over to the UK. It's quite hard to maintain all over there.
Mm-hmm.
But once I came back, I've been pretty strict on it since. So yeah. My background. So I'm ex-military. Was involved in I was in the military for 4.5 years, but was involved in a serious accident. In my first year, I T-boned by a semi-trailer. Where I was lucky to survive. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And did you start doing the carnivore as a result of your injuries, or did you have other reasons?
The reason I came into carnivore was for health benefits and pretty much for athletic performance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And athletic performance, are you an athlete?
Well, I'm not an athlete, but I'm a recreational athlete.
Okay.
Yeah.
What type of athletics do you do?
I play football during the winter. I run. I do triathlons. I go to the gym 6 days a week.
Well. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic. Triathlon. That's not an easy thing to do. Do you have to do a lot of training for that?
Yes, of course. You got to train all three disciplines. So yeah, it was good.
Okay. Right. Did you? So you went on the carnivore diet for health reasons. Could you give us a little bit of background? What health reasons? What challenges you had? And
sorry,
you're right, mate.
Yeah. So the health reasons, I just went on there to just to see what it was like, see what all the talk was about, and obviously to clear my skin, and my skin's been unreal since. Also, I had a bit of a hip problem, which was preventing me from running, and so I impinged my hip labrum, and yeah, ever since I've done carnivore, all the inflammation is gone, and I can run with no pain, which is good.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
How long did you have the hip pain for? I'm very familiar with that myself.
Since my half marathon in 2019.
2019, very similar to myself. Okay. Did you go to any doctor or specialist about your hip pain, and what did they have to tell you?
Oh, the first thing they do is they prescribe you with anti-inflammatories and drugs, and it got no better. It may have got some relief, but it meant I have to keep taking it. And so I thought, well, I don't want to stay on medication for the rest of my life to reduce inflammation. Where I can reduce inflammation from carnivore. It's a win-win.
Sure. Did you realize? I mean, I appreciate you said you saw Joe Rogan. Who was Joe Rogan speaking to, and do you remember?
Yeah, Sean Baker.
Oh, he's talking to Sean Baker.
He was.
Wow, what a legend that fellow is! Amazing.
He's unreal.
Yeah.
Between him, Dr. Anthony Chafee.
Chafee, yep.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go see him next month.
You're going to Perth?
No. He's in Sydney doing a show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've heard about the one in South Australia, in Adelaide.
Yep.
There's a conference, but I wasn't aware of anyone happening in Sydney.
Yeah. He's doing a show on the 15th of September in Sydney.
Fantastic. I might have to look into that. Thanks for that tip.
Definitely.
Right. So you mentioned your skin. Did you have some of the common things I've heard is psoriasis, eczema, vitiligo? Is that something that affected you, or was there something else?
I just had spots. I had random spots pop up and my face, and whatever I done, I put cream on my face. I put moisturizer. I'd put cream on in the shower just to wash my face. And ever since Carnivore, it's not a problem.
Fantastic.
It's a miracle.
It is miraculous. That's for sure. I mean,
really
I can't pick of a better word than miraculous and remarkable.
No.
And I think the people that I've spoken to are all chiming on fairly much the same thing. You know, the reduction in pain comes with a reduction in the inflammation.
Yeah.
Things like sleep and skin and constipation, they all seem to get better universally.
Of course.
Have you experienced those sort of other benefits? I think like the sleep.
Yeah, my sleep has been amazing. I had a horrible sleep since my accident.
Yep.
And had to take medication to sleep better. And I'm now taking my medication. I'm sleeping good. I'm sleeping like a dead body.
Okay, so is what I got that you're taking no medications for that now?
No, nothing. I'm on nothing.
Well, that must be a somewhat of a relief.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
And also, my gum, like, because whenever I used to brush my teeth, I used to have bleeding gums. I don't have that anymore.
Okay. Were you diagnosed with gingivitis?
I was. Yes, correct.
Okay.
And that's gone.
And it's one of those conditions that allegedly has no cure, no treatment, and I've heard it's been said before that you've got gingivitis. This is something that you're going to have for the rest of your life.
Yep. Yep.
Apparently not true.
It's not true at all.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yep. So sleep's gotten better, and your teeth have got better. My channel is focused on vision and eyesight, not primarily, but because I'm vision impaired myself, and I keep hearing about people go on the carnivore diet and they have some vision improvements.
Yep.
None of these people are going for it. They're all going for like weight loss or pain or some other condition that they've gone and done this. But lo and behold, their eyesight has improved as a direct result. Is that something that's happened to you?
So I do wear glasses for long distance and for driving. I can't say it's improved drastically, but I have noticed a bit of improvement.
Okay. Yeah. And this, again, this is something that I've heard many times before. I've had a little bit of improvement, but they weren't focused on it.
Yeah.
And my feeling is that there are people that are getting these vision improvements, but because they haven't had some sort of compromised vision in the past, the improvement is not remarkable. It's not something that they can sort of say, oh, I couldn't see this yesterday, or last month I wasn't able to read something on the TV or the newspaper on the phone, and now they can. So that's very understandable, Hamish.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
So we have a mutual friend, being a butcher. His name's Hayden.
We do.
We have a mutual butcher, and Hayden told me that you have done an interview about the carnivore diet with one of the local newspapers. In fact,
Yes,
quite a big paper, I believe. Could you tell us a little bit about that, please?
it is. It's for the Newcastle Herald. Um, yeah, I was shocked when they contacted me because they wanted to do a story on the in defense of red meat. So
In defense of red meat. Mm.
yep. So that's going to get published on August the 19th.
Okay.
Yeah, just told them a bit of my history, how the carnivore diet's been for me, and what it's
Right. How did they find? How did they track you down?
So I made a Facebook page called Carnivores of Maitland and Newcastle.
Okay, I haven't come across that. You're gonna have to shoot me the
Yeah,
link.
no one has. So, but somehow he came across it, and he contacted me through that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not many people can find it, so I might have to figure out how to change it up.
Okay. Well, let me know. I'm reasonable at doing the marketing side of things. So I'm a technology buff from way back, so I can help you to propagate that around. So in defense of me, that's a great title. What was the sort of the driver for the interview? What was the subject?
Give me 1 second.
And of course, you haven't actually seen the article, so you don't know what has been written.
No. I have no idea. So what was it here?
I guess what type of questions was the reporter asking you, for example?
Oh, she was just taking pictures.
She's taking pictures?
Yeah, she was taking photos. She took pictures of me cooking steak and eating steak.
Great. Fantastic.
Yeah, so the interviewer, he goes, I'm looking to do a story on a person from our region who follows the carnivore diet. That was pretty much it. It would run in the paper online with an opinion piece by a doctor, which I assume is Anthony Chafee, because Dr. Anthony Chafee is going to be in as well.
Chafee's going to be in it as well.
Yes, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, there you go. I might have to get you back on the channel after this newspaper article comes out, and we'll have a bit more of a chat about it. Maybe even try to get Dr. Chafee on as well. That'd be awesome.
That sounds like a good idea. Because as I said, he's in Sydney for the 15th of September. So yeah.
Okay. Oh well, we'll plan a play date at some stage in the future. That sounds very exciting. Wouldn't it be great though if the article was resounding with the things that we know, which is that red meat actually cures problems. It does not cause problems.
Exactly right.
And ultimately, everything that we've been told is upside down.
It's a lie. We've been fed a lie.
It's an absolute lie. Yeah, and whether they're lying on purpose or not, I mean, that's kind of hard to thread the needle on that one. But I mean, congratulations, well done. For that sort of article to come out at all is kind of surprising, and maybe it's the first of many articles of similar ilk that will go out and highlight the benefits of meat. And wow, that's really cool, Hamish. It's really good.
And the amount of people that say, "Oh, it's not sustainable to stay on a carnivore diet," it's pretty sustainable to me, because once you become fat adapted, you don't crave anything else but meat. It's yeah.
Yep. No, that's true. Once the carb addiction, the cravings go away, which impedes a lot of people, but once that goes away, then it's very freeing. It's not complicated at all. It's not restrictive at all. If anything, it's freeing, because I can go to my freezer, grab a chunk of something or other. I know it's meat. I don't know what type of meat. I just know that's the volume of meat that I want. I defrost it, I cook it, and sometimes it's like, oh, that's lamb. Oh, that's beef. And sometimes I pick out something thinking it's something else. And I was like, oh, I'll slow cook that. And you go, oh, wait, that's mince. I can't slow cook mince. That's not the most appropriate thing.
Cool.
Fantastic. So how long's it been exactly? Sorry, I kind of missed it a little bit, but was
That's
that?
right. So it's been 7 months now. So yeah,
7 months. Fantastic.
Yep.
And what do you eat on the daily basis? What does that
Well, I
consist
used to have bacon and eggs for breakfast every morning, but I've slowly gone away from that. I don't eat breakfast now anymore, which is wow. It's a massive, because we're being told growing up breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Mm.
It's not. It's not at all. But yeah,
No.
so I pretty much have steak and eggs for lunch and steak and eggs for dinner.
Okay. So I guess the follow-up question is, how many times per day? So you were doing breakfast, but now that's sort of gone to too mad.
I was. It has, but
Right.
I usually eat between 3 and 4 steaks a day, and then about half a dozen eggs, or a dozen.
Okay.
Which is
No, I quite
really
often do
annoying.
the same thing. Yeah.
I'm always shopping for eggs.
Sorry, say again.
It's really annoying because I'm always shopping for eggs.
Have you tried the lion diet at all? Because getting just the red meat in and dropping the eggs at seafood, dairy, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I have, but I don't find it very. It's not needed because I can get everything. I have, so I have tried it, and yeah, that's
Okay. Yeah, no, I did lion diet for World Carnivore Month, being January this year, and I found some improvements from doing that. Although I will say that I think I went through the whole month and was kind of relieved at the end. It's like, oh, okay, glad that's over, and now I can get some other things into
no.
me.
I miss my eggs.
Yeah. Do you have them scrambled, fried, poached, over easy? How do you do your eggs, Sir Hamish?
I fry my eggs in butter, and that
Fry
is
them in butter?
amazing. Having them fried in butter, they taste so different, but it's so good.
Yep. Yep. No, I do mine in butter. I'm a bit of a scrambler. I think
Nice.
the reason for me for scrambling, it's just a lot easier, because trying to scoop out a bunch of eggs out of the frying pan is a little bit trickier with
that's true.
with the eyesight. But yeah.
Although I'll tell you what though, eating butter now by itself tastes like ice cream to me.
Is that right?
To me, it does.
Okay.
I enjoy it.
You got that slight sweetness, or is it the fact that it melts in the mouth?
I don't know. It melts in the mouth, but it tastes like butter. Like salted butter to me tastes like ice cream.
Yep.
It's nuts.
Man, I wonder what ice cream would taste like to you then.
No.
Probably horrible.
Don't want to try it.
No, don't even think about it. That's like, scrub that, cut, take it out.
Nice.
Yeah, fantastic. And I mean, you're not too far away from me. I mean, perhaps one day we could to get together and have a steak and have a bit more of a chat.
Absolutely.
And,
Although,
have you met any other carnivores? Sorry,
Not
sorry. Any
not
other
really.
carnivores you've met in the area?
Not really, no. I went to the Gold Coast last month for the marathon, and I met up with the Gold Coast Carnivore group,
Ah, fantastic.
and that was really good. That was really good. So I thought I'd
Right.
start my own one down here, and yeah.
Okay.
But it's very hard to go to restaurants now that don't have seed oils.
Yeah. Have you found going? Have you been going to any restaurants, and how do you
Not
cope with
not
that?
not really as of late, but yeah,
Mm,
the place we went to in the Gold Coast, they didn't cook with seed oils, which is good.
fantastic. You didn't have a problem asking them.
Well, actually, the chef there, he was intrigued by it all, and we told him all about Carnivore, and yeah, he is actually looking to try it now. So yeah,
Well, that's a good segue to my next question. Have you been a carnivore influencer yourself with family, friends at
I
all?
I would say I'm Carnivore influencer because my
Mm.
parents have now switched over to Carnivore.
Your parents?
Yeah,
Okay, fantastic.
which is nuts. So yeah,
Right. And they did it because they saw the benefits that you're having, or they just went, oh,
I
we've got
assume so.
problems.
I
Okay.
assume it's because they saw the benefits that I was having, and yeah,
Oh, that's really encouraging when you can, just by virtue of being open and talking about this sort of thing, that people can look at you and go, well, you look great, you sound
yep,
great, you're telling us about all these improvements.
all the benefits,
Perhaps it's all the benefits. Perhaps it's worth trying. So
of
your
course.
parents, um, and any other extended people, anybody that you're working on, or you're just generally keeping it quiet to yourself?
I'm
Because I
not.
know it can be quite confronting for people. I speak to people about it a lot, and I get
Yeah,
a very mixed
yeah, I can never do
bag
that.
of responses.
Of course, and the amount of people that say, "Oh, I can never do that," and I need my chocolate or my carbs, or well, you don't need it. You've been growing up all your life, and you think you need it, but once you switch over, and you give it 3 weeks, a month, you'll find you don't need it
Mm,
at all.
yeah. And I think it's the common saying is most people are going to need their reason why, and a
Of
pretty
course,
good reason why as well.
yeah,
Um, I've got a few friends, and they're a couple of female friends, and they did it to lose weight.
yep,
And of course, when they didn't lose weight within the first weeks, months, or first couple of months, they basically gave up.
of
This is
course,
not working for me. And I've sort of quizzed them. Okay, so what have you been eating? Oh, I've been eating dairy and keto snacks and and occasionally a bit some sourdough. It's like, oh, wait up,
yeah,
that's why you're not losing weight, because you've got all these other things
yeah, because you're eating more
going
than you
on.
need to.
Yeah, that's right. And I
Yeah,
think when it's that habit, you have a nice meal, and then you've got that, a bit of a sugar craving
yeah,
after that meal. I have a bit of dessert, and that
yeah,
becomes a bit of a standard. Yeah, you get used to that, and your body then craves it.
yep, correct. Yeah,
Mm,
it's nuts.
right. Is this, Hamish? Thank you very much for your time. Is this
That's all right.
something you feel like you might be doing for a long time, a short time? Do you have plans with this in the future? Do you think you'll stick with it? How's your
All right,
feelings on that?
so we'll see how I go. So I've got in the next month, I've got the City to Surf this weekend.
Mm,
Then in 2 weeks, I've got my half marathon, and
yeah.
then in 6 weeks, I've got my marathon. Now I want to see how I go with it, and see how I go being fat adapted, because I run better when I'm fasted.
Sure.
So I'll see how I go with that.
Okay.
And that,
So, is your intention to do the City to Surf this weekend? You intend to do that fasted and with your fat adapted carnivore powered body as such.
that's
That's
pretty
your
much what I
intention.
intend to do. Yep.
Right. Oh well,
I'll have
good luck with that. I mean, there's going to be people all around you doing gel packs and taking
I
sports
know.
drinks and
It's nuts. It's nuts.
and you could probably go run past someone that stopped at the drink station, and they might run past you again, and every time you go past them at the drink station, and they're looking
Yeah.
even more buggered. So
So
I've heard quite a few people saying they've done these marathons, and there was this one guy that Dr. Chafee interviewed, and he
Alex, we've
did
got
5 marathons.
Yeah,
Five
fasted.
marathons in 5 days.
5 days fasted. Yeah. How
5
nuts is
days
that?
fasted.
That's nuts.
Well, yeah. I've had people say to me. I mean, I used to do some swimming. I've stopped doing that at the moment, but
Yep.
swimming. It's like, oh, you haven't had anything to eat. You got to have something to eat before you do exercise. It's like,
Yeah.
why? Don't need to. Not hungry. Got plenty of energy.
Right.
Look,
That's right.
I got my energy stored around my waistline. I don't need
Exactly.
to eat.
And being fat adapted, it lasts a lot longer than carbs. It can last weeks.
Yeah.
Carbs last
I remember.
an hour.
Yeah, I remember the story of the fellow who was, very, very, very overweight, and he did not eat for more than a year, 380 days, or somewhere around that.
Yep.
All he had was some vitamins and minerals and water, and didn't eat at all. And of course, his metabolism changed to fat adaptation, and he was basically using his own stored energy, and he had plenty of energy stored on his body. But that's something I've heard people say for a few reasons. But if you don't eat for 3 weeks, then you run the risk of dying. If you don't drink for 3 days, you run the risk of dying. It turns out that's absolutely not true. It really comes down to how much stored energy you have on you and your ability to change from a glucose energy model to the lipid energy model. Yeah. Okay, so Hamish, have you had any improvements that we haven't spoken about with your running? Do you find that you're getting sore or cramps or anything like that? Because I'm presuming you've done a little bit of training for the upcoming events.
I have. I've been training. Yep, pretty regularly. I've got no pains after running.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. It's something I'm not used to, because I'm used to always getting some niggles somewhere, but I've got nothing.
That's fantastic. It really is fantastic. So, okay, is there any questions you have for me?
I can't. Oh. So how long have you been doing the carnivore diet for?
Okay, so I started on the 11th of June 2023. I did a 2-day fast beforehand. I quickly transitioned from keto. I started on keto. Quickly transitioned to carnivore, and I've done a number of videos, and the benefits that I've had are, well, truly miraculous, Hamish. And I won't talk about this too much. I'll just encourage the viewers to have a look at the videos that I've put together already.
Yeah, we'll do.
But just quickly, the pain that I had in my hip stopped me from doing stuff, daily activities, walking around, and heartburn, anxiety, depression, constipation, sleeping problems, it was the whole gamut of problems that I had. But the thing that really struck me was my eyesight getting better, and hence why I'm doing these interviews, because I'm fascinated to find out more about it, to learn why the eyesight's got better, why people are improving their health in general, and with the hope to inspire and help other people.
And to see how far you can push this.
Yeah. There's going to be a huge push at some point in the future where people like ourselves, which are really more or less still on the bleeding edge, but I do believe there'll be a lot more people coming on board. Like your parents, and your parents come on board, and they'll be telling their friends, their extended family, and like I mentioned, as soon as you've got your reason why, then that's the catalyst. That's the catalyst to keep going. And there's no amount of good tasting food that tastes better than good health.
No, not at all. Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, Hamish. Well, thank you very much for your time. Do you have any social media? If anybody wants to get in contact with you, do you have anything that we can share? Perhaps your Facebook group?
So on Facebook, my name's Hamish Roberts. If you want to contact me, I also have a Facebook group for the Newcastle and Maitland Carnivores, which I'll send to you, and and you can also find as well.
Okay, fantastic. I'm looking forward to joining that. Yeah, fantastic. Okay, Hamish, again, thank you very much for your time. You have a good rest of the day, and I hope we can catch up in person at some stage in the future. Perhaps we'll meet each other in Sydney with Dr. Baker. So it was Dr. Baker or Dr. Chafee? Chafee. Yep. Fantastic. Okay. Well, thanks very much for your time, and goodbye.
You're welcome. Bye.
Okay, you made it this far. That's great. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can hear more, and leave me a comment. I'd really like to hear from you. And please help me get the word out there. Thank you.